Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Lowside, and welcome back to the Wheel-to-Wheel YouTube channel. You're joining me here again for another Season 11 Hot Lap. This evening we have Fixer Chris here. He is showing off his work in the Beetle around a wet Suzuka. Our races are going to be wet this weekend, or we are expecting rain, so this is going to be a perfect representation of where we're at. Without further ado though, I will introduce Fixer Chris. He has joined me here tonight to give me a run through his Hot Lap. Welcome, Fixer Chris.
Thank you for having me, Captain. And yeah, it's not a hot lap per se, because we're gonna have some rain. But yeah, we hold here is a wet lap around Suzuka with the Volkswagen Beetle. Let's just jump straight into it.
Yeah, you are bang on there. It's not exactly going to be a hot lap. It is quite cold and miserable, but nonetheless, he's going to pull off a fantastic hot lap. So without further ado, let's jump back to the start. We'll crank off our hot lap with Chris.
Coming into turn 1, when it's wet, you want to start braking between the 100 and the 50 meter board. And pay attention to your braking. Make sure you don't lock up. Even though ABS is on, there's still a possible chance of locking up. Now through the S's, it's nice and smooth. Pretty much what you do when the track is dry, but just take more caution. Now as much apexes as you can. Now for Dunlop, stay right and then you turn left. And maybe upshift early to 5th to maintain traction. Coming into Techno 1, when it's wet, I'm gonna say that a lot, you want to brake at the 100 meter board. That's the earliest you can brake. And don't clip the curb. And Techno 2, don't clip too much of the inside curb when it's wet. Now into the hairpin, the braking point is fairly similar to the dry condition. You start braking halfway through this curve, and the latest you can brake is by the end of it. Upshift early to 3rd to get as much traction as possible at the exit. This long sweeper right, you want to stay in the middle of the track to get as much grip as possible. Now coming into Spoon, you want to brake at the 100 meter board. Here. And slowly bring the car into the apex for the second half of Spoon. And accelerate as early as you dare for a good run into 130R. Normally this is where overtaking is possible, but when it's wet, it's pretty dangerous. Now coming to the 130R, because we're in intermediate conditions, the latest you can brake is between the 150 meter board, which is 75 meters, around here I guess. And to the Casio chicane, brake at the 150 meter board, but don't press on the brakes too much, otherwise you'll lock up. Stay in 3rd gear to maintain traction. Shift up to 4th. There's a straight dash to the finish line, and that is a 2 minutes 13.9. And that's about it for the hot lap.
What a fantastic hot lap there from Chris. It is really going to show that it is a smooth application of your inputs to get a good lap around here in Suzuka. We've got a fair few to get through on Sunday. So how do you think turn 1's going to work out for us, Chris?
Well, on race 1, with the race being wet, I expect a bit of chaos into turn 1. But let's not hope for too much, otherwise it'll be a very, very busy night for stewards.
It's going to be a very busy night unpacking the world of potential hurt for turn 1. So it is going to be wet. It is going to be difficult, and hopefully everyone realises that it is a long race. It is wet, and there are going to be plenty of mistakes that are unforced errors from drivers. So, really trying to push for the first lap is not where you're going to win this race. So, race 2, it is looking like the weather is going to clear up for us though. So, how do you think strategy is going to play a part in race 2, Chris?
Race 2, I personally haven't looked into it that much, but the principle is the same. Because Suzuka features a lot of sweeping corners, tire preservation is going to be key, and also maintaining the temperatures. So again, not pushing too hard at the early stages of the race is important to keep your tires alive towards the end.
It definitely is. It'll be interesting to see what tyres people start on as well, given the fact that softs and hards are mandatory tyres for race 2 now. It'll be interesting to see how many people start on hards and how many start on softs. It'll certainly mix things up towards the end of the race. If the people on softs want to run away and get their stint done, then it'll certainly start to open the field up and bring in its own battle pack. So it'll be very interesting to see how it pans out. Thank you for joining us here tonight. This has been the Jade Finance Australia Hot Lap of the Week. We are round 2 for season 11 at Suzuka. Thank you to Chris joining me here tonight, and good night all.
Thank you, Captain, for having me, and good night.